Motheletši yo ke se kgomotso wa ga shopping a re ke ngwana gago wa tseba go ne le polelo e nngwe ya gore moyeng e tla ka gae re she ka wena ka mo studio ka mo letšatšing la lekgono ga ke tee like I said before ke dutše le Mmino wa Sione Podcast. I mean ba gala bethobela
go tsebelele na
le kae
awa molato wa gona morutiaka
ba re morutiaka
no ke kwele ru moruti ke kwele molodi mo o bethang a swa tsileng go tsileng
wa bona motheletši ba thomile ka the tendencies of podcasting kopela le nkaparele dilo tše ganye fela tša go šedimo ka gore ke nyoko dira ntho nngwe so ke ne le gore ke attendile di-show ke kwe batho ba re ke nyoko dia ntho nngwe so lena le tla ntsebiša gore ntho e ke nyoko e ira mo le a e tseba na mara ke shosho gore ntate Madiša wa e tseba ntho e
Tshego o thoma ka yengwe jalo o dia yengwe jalo mo
ntho yo go potsa kae
man you know o dintro emotional we just let the play
thome ke re dumedishang batheletši ya re tlo tsena go dumoga ke dumela gore re tla boela go yena khopela le dumedisha batheletši ntate Madiša re thome ka wena
khotsong wa bolla mo ke Joseph Machidi Madisha otherwise known as MJ ke tswa ZB Madiša ditoro ke morwa wa mafelelo ke ngwana mafelelo ke last born ya mme motswadi Christina Madisha ke re khotso re happy wa mo re la invite ya lena monagisho we are very happy to be here
le nna ke thabela go ba lena ntate Moses
khotsebele lena yo ke Moses Makaringe Kubai
Kubai.
Ke moshimane wa tswa ka Movenda, ke Motsonga wa Movenda, wa Mopedi.
Okay.
So yeah. 3 in 1.
Yes. 3 in 1.
Yeah, so re thabela wa bambo as Mmino wa Sione Podcast.
Okay.
Re leboga ka moela le bana be sure. Tshepa re tlo kwa monate tonight.
Manna ha ona ka mogho mongwe re tlo kwa monate. E re ke boelle mo ganyane ke raka gore gona le lebaka ntate Madisha gore re ga temo wa bona mo o ne le lebaka la gore.
Okay.
Looking back from where you have started, measuring against where you are now, looking back, bophelong bja gago le ditshepišo tše morena a ileng a go fa tšona pina e reng go wena.
Amen.
That's why you are here.
This is not the right way to start the interview. This is not the right way because even the guy that was starting the interview with, I became emotional when I listened to this guy because this is one of the guys that I root for, man. I root for Chehofaz a lot because I see him in this music industry. I see myself as a young boy, someone who had everything. You want to go with everything you have, man. And I've seen, we have this show, Barke Rising Stars. Ne? We started with him because we thought, I felt before everyone with the team, I thought, he is the future of this industry and he is a hard worker. He is just exactly what we are here for: hard work and prayer and grace.
Yeah.
He's someone that through his hard working and prayer, we can see the God's grace recently now. We have seen what has been happening with him now, and we hope a lot can happen with him. Going back to a question about where we come from, amen. A story of a black child or what? We come from very humble beginnings, man. And it gives us, we have to appreciate everything that we get, but work for more. We have had little to a point every little thing that you get, you also appreciate and also give back, which is exactly we're gonna tell you as to why we started this Mmino wa Sione Podcast, because we believe about uplifting and giving back to those, because so we only thought it's only fair that we also do something to give back to the music, because through this music, man, music gave us hope, man. Give us hope.
It's fine. We can complete our interview. You know why?
Yeah.
Because I've tapped in a space where you never thought I will tap.
Yeah.
So we are done. I think we can call it a night. Mara, in respect of time and the Cape City's number 1 Tshwane FM, we ought to continue. Ntate Moses. Le moshe wa go bula le watlele le khibidu.
Ona ka mokgomo. Ba ntse ba ka moruti makareng. Jwale taba question e botšeng o pile kgomo le naka monnesho. Yes sir.
Mmino wa Sione Podcast, what does it mean to you?
This artist Jarena, we Madisha, uno teach a gap. There is a gap between our artists, the supporters. So it gets very, very interesting when you know the story behind the artist. You understand them a little more better. So that gap, and then Marisa, we won, then we are closing that gap. How when listening to somebody that you understand stories,
yes,
you get to understand where we are guy. Sometimes you don't understand what is the motive or what is motivating this artist. So how then no, this person we are guy. So Mmino wa Sione Podcast came in to close that gap. We want our the followers to understand these guys. The artists, the TV, and there's no time to interact with them. So through Mmino wa Sione Podcast, we understand them much better.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Madisha, o kana pile ware le wena o kwele pijo. Madisha, there is a gap.
Yeah.
There is a puzzle missing, and you are that piece. Go there, feel. the space.
Yeah, man. Don't want to take the whole credit, man. You know, when we started with this colleague of mine called Tabam Makura. You know, what I can tell you, Gorem, where the shape that Mmino Podcast is at now, it was not how it was planned, you know, but we had to start. We started by saying, you know what, we want to document our music, but we didn't know where God is gonna lead us to. We know, but then this is where we're going to take. We move from first episode to the second episode to a different kind of podcast. That is where He's going to lead us. So we went, and then unfortunately throughout the road, but I don't want to take the whole credit alone, because He has also been instrumental in that because I recently listened to something about there is no self-made self-made millionaire or self-made. You cannot be self-made. Everyone, when they do anything, you need someone. Even a self-made billionaire, they've got people working for them.
What's about Miles Monroe? There is so much embedded in Tate Madisha, which belongs to Tate Moses. And there is so much in Tate Moses, which belongs to Morama Sange. We are a sum total of what we have learned from others.
True.
Ke kopana le na di show, man.
Yes.
Ke kopana le na gareng ga di show le documenta Mmino le tšea di interview.
Yes.
The courage.
You know, something that is funny. People don't know. Now I'm someone it is to do that, it takes a lot of credit, because they know before we even start, you are hesitant to start, but immediately after you start, then it flows. It flows after you start. So it can only be God, because I don't know if you've noticed already, which you do now. You're great at another thing. You know, something that most people don't see, or you're great at some point. Someone will say, I'm like, yeah, you're great. But then when you are walking through that, sometimes you even forget or can't you know. So the courage comes when you're already in it, because like I said before, you have to start. Immediately after you start, it just comes. And also, those interviews, you see, we've got Joel. Yes, he also helps in that. He also does, he helps with cameras and all. We've got also another guy who's been helping us, Divine, with cameras as well. We've got Temba as well. Temba Mkondo also helps with interviews. Cheo, the one that is he also helps us with Magaringo also helps us. So it is not something we can say the courage comes from you alone. It comes from all of these people. Every contribution that they make, it also makes you feel, okay, guys, we can do this. Because I can tell you, I cannot take the mic camera and go to state theater and shoot the whole show alone. It's not possible. So it comes with also assistance, the colleague as well.
And maybe to add on him, passion. It's one thing that is common amongst all of them.
Okay.
Yeah. So these guys are very passionate. So
in choosing team members, you must search for those who are passionate like you.
Yes.
100%.
I like that.
Yeah.
100%. You find, or we have had requests many times. When Joel joined us, he was asking for some time, like, okay, we need to check, or can he match the kind of passion that we have now. And also remember, we are not a multi-million podcast, but whatever we are building here, we don't want anyone who's going to come and then now we are known for other things outside. Everyone that comes here, we've heard, or can this person be really a member of a team? Can he fit into a team now? Which is why everyone that we are working with, they are not leaving, and we are not leaving them, because we vetted them when they come. Okay, this person can be a very good member of our team, can have a contribution, because they've got the same passion as we have, as Mr. Magaringa said. Like
you said, you're not a multi-millionaire podcast.
Yes.
But then let's tap into this most important one. How do we commercialize podcasting?
All right.
Because passion without financial security. Hey, Dr. Moses.
Yeah, I know.
So how do we, like, in 2 minutes, how do we commercialize our talent, our podcasts?
Podcast, there is video podcast, there is audio podcast, right?
Okay.
And please understand, whoever asked the question, I'm not a pro at this. I've also learned this from my research as well.
Yes, sir.
There is video podcast and there is audio podcasting. Audio podcasting, you can do it on Spotify and all this, right? But what we are doing now is video podcasting, which we are doing on YouTube, right? So YouTube has got its own way of monetizing, which people, contrary to what people think, is very less. Like Mr. Magaringa said, without passion, you can't. You know, I heard or once heard someone saying, when you do something, don't let money be your destination. Rather, let it be an outcome.
Okay.
Our destination now is not money now, because God knows we are spending more than we are getting here, and we are not complaining, but we are not saying we've got that. But then it's because we know what we are doing is bigger than what we are spending. So money is not really our destination now. It will come probably at some point. We will welcome it. Please God, say
I receive.
But to answer them, on YouTube, you've got ways of monetizing. Of course, people have to watch. People probably have to. There is join, which people hardly do, where you are paying monthly
10
amount.
rand, 15 rand.
You know,
just 10 rand.
I can tell you, we don't even have one of those that people who are patriots who have joined. But then you can be lucky. Sometimes you find that there are people who have joined and they can pay. But Rena, the gain that we are getting here, like Magaringa always says, get rapida.
Yeah.
When we leave Studio, we find out there is no place like Studio, because we get more than what we came in with after we leave. Be it an upcoming artist, be it us interviewing Tate Singimati, who is a legend, be it interviewing Victor Mushidi, who was unknown. After you get out of that, especially when understanding what people are gonna know about this person going forward, it's what is fulfilling for us. Yes. Money cannot buy you that. There is greater reward, some that money can buy, but we don't sing Aranaki challenge.
You're not it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeki Sione, Jerusalem, Indumiso is the name of the song. This is one of the group on Tate Moses, which you did shoot their live performance at State Theatre.
Correct.
How was the experience?
You know, shooting the live performances, it's a different experience every time. It was so overwhelming. Another reason you are another therapy. So it's so nice, I'm telling you. Yes.
and then that direction, really, what inspired it? How do you get connection to these places? Malobanyana neloko minor rams ke le bone kwale. Le dikhumana jwang di connection?
I think our artists are starting to see the value in us covering their shows. Not only value for the hosts, also value for the upcoming shows, because what we also do, we interview the fans and attendees of these events. So some they honestly give their grievance or their appreciation as to what they think could have gone right, or what can be done right the next time. And believe you me, our people are watching. And they are getting advices from that, or okay, next time we can do this and this and this and that. And again, that is all for us. That is satisfying for us, because we want our upcoming shows. They should be from, if the show that we had in January was on 2, the last one that we're gonna have in December, at least should be on 7, 8, 9. All right. And also I remember Magaringem was never really a person who attends shows, but then after he saw our first live coverage. After he didn't go to the live coverage, but after he saw our first live coverage, he said, "Okay, mood the show." It is common that we were able to hear from him. We are very sure there are some that also saw, because you might have gone to a show and had a bad experience, then start to cloud every show with that judgment, or okay, every show is like this. Then maybe if you see these shows that we air from start to the end, realize, okay, maybe it's not, these shows are not as bad as I thought. Then you also come that way. Our shows, tomorrow attendees, in which we hope our people as well will go to these shows.
Yeah, it's actually a learning channel. But how you improve your shows? You sit down, or level Mmino Sione Podcast, the coverage that the events that feeling. I guarantee you.
It sets the standard.
Exactly. Yes.
Part of your vision in a world where Mmino Sione has often been ignored, Mmino Sione Podcast seeks to bring back into the light Mmino Sione.
Yes.
What do you mean by that? I mean, recently the artists recorder.
Yes.
What do you mean we want to bring it back to the light? Which light?
Yes. They are recorder. That is not the end goal. They have to record and publish the music, and the music has to be known, because true, we've got them that are recording, but they are not given as much as attention as we would like.
Okay, like that.
You played Tshwane now.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was a favor to play him. You must have thought there is something there.
Yeah.
How many times will we hear this song on our mainstream radio? It's only once in a while, but then it's either we help them get there, or we also create a platform where people know if we want to hear authentic gospel, Sione gospel music, we'll go there. We had talks, why are you channeling it? I'm like, we should not be shy of targeting our people. We are not about getting million views. We are about getting those 5 people that didn't know about Tshwane now to start knowing about Tshwane.
And by the way, on that same breath, he is the one having conversation with him one day, and he's like, Mara, why don't you interview Mmino Sione Podcast?
Boy. Yes.
It's like no man, they are doing a good work. And I'm like, okay, unconnectly lebona ke amphe nomoro tsa lena.
Yes, man, we appreciate that. And also as well, you also see with artists that we are having 90% or 99% of people that came to our podcast, even afterwards we have relationships with them, because now we start to see them as people than recording artists, because it's what most people tend to miss, or behind that artist there is a person there's a person that goes through the same struggles as you do. You know, there's a person that what you wish for they also wish for. Let's at the same time go on, like go at the same time go on. So we have relationships with them, and then we start also understand them better. Which almost is one of them which we have relationships with. That is why also maybe even connection that we are talking about, we are able to get interviews, to get invitations to their shows as well.
Okay, Ntate Madisha, Bare, what type of people or what do you look at when you are inviting people to your podcast?
Yes, okay.
Someone.
Yes. Okay. Maybe let us talk about, because for the past few weeks, for the past month and few weeks, we've been passionate about upcoming artists. Going back to what you saying, we want to bring back the integrity of our music. Our music, most of the time, the name has been tarnished by the people who claim to be representing Mmino wa Sione, but whereas they are not representing it well. Because Mmino wa Sione, most of us, and they represented it very, very, very well. So many people will come to us and say, can I come to your interview? Like, can you please send us? First, send us a link to your songs.
What do you mean by link?
Be it Spotify, iTunes, or YouTube, because that tells us how you take your music as well.
How serious
you are, right? And then we want to listen to it first, because we don't want to plug someone who tomorrow we won't be proud of seeing somewhere like, this guy was on your podcast. Why would you guys interview someone clearly is not taking our music forward? They're taking it back, because we can
I like that.
Yes, we can mention a few upcoming artists that we have interviewed. Like I mentioned, our first one was Cheo, which talent we
and then Nele no Matomo on identifying the rising stars.
Yes, rising stars unveiled. Yes. Then we had Victor Mushid.
Yes.
Which people didn't really see him, how they started to see him after he came to the podcast. Because they thought, I did Hamzal until I so we started that with. And then we realized we showed him, listen to this guy. Recently he has released his album, which people loved.
Yes.
Right? We had what else did we have? We had Mashao Sidiwe, who also has a podcast as well. We had, what else did we have again? But people that we have had, they showed they have ended their strides to come there. So to answer you, we interview people that we feel there is something there. And also our artists, we check, there are people that they gonna give us where we come from, which is gonna help us with where we are going as well. There are people that we feel musically many people can learn from. We had Maureen Khan, which we feel people could learn.
It's amazing.
You get what I'm saying? So guys, we don't just put people here. We would rather not have interviews than just flood
people. Are dire so. Pele Ntate Moses I namela ere ke rata le gaile ba bolelang ka lona mo. Ke nngwe ya dipina tse le gore go Ntate Moses ke re ke dutse wa bona. Ke tebella ke gopola kwa ke tswang gona. Ke gopola mo ke leng gona. Ebile ke gopola ditshepisho tse Ntate a ileng ampha tsona ka fela ke raloka.
All right.
So adding on what Ntate Madisha was saying, go wena nkare, how important is it then to protect Mmino wa Sione podcast? Because the artist,
yes,
it's part of protecting the podcast.
That is correct.
How important is that?
In terms of you need to take yourself serious for people to take you serious. So if you don't take yourself serious, nobody will. So vetting these people, to understand. So, but on issue of the artist, there are many artists who need an ear. People are not giving them a chance. So we identify those kind first, and then and what's interesting, after our podcast, people get interviews from the radio. That's fulfilling. Actually, our mission is going very well, because that's exactly what we want. We want people to be recognized. Those ones who are undermined, when we see where there's a potential, and then they could get out there, and then batho ba tsebe.
Ranchi re ya go di music awards.
Yes.
Mmino wa Sione ga rekwe ka gona.
Yes.
And to me, it's a worry, you know.
Yeah.
And because when we do a gospel show like this, I feel like what's about Morena Orango Jeremiah? Ori Jeremiah Muraka ke go fa neo ya moya ya boprofeta to become a prophet of the nations.
Yes.
And nations,
Yes.
not nation. Wangushisha. So jwale ge ke ga sha lentšu nka se le gašetse ba le leseding. Ke tshwantse ke le gašetse ba le lefifing.
Yes.
So mmino wa Sione, do you think it can ever go beyond the borders of Sione? Gona how?
Yes, it can, and it has, and it will continue doing so. A perfect example is incorporating your issue, your question about awards and going beyond borders. You know, the dude saying there was a time where he was top-selling artist.
He was.
Come from South Africa. But how many awards did he get?
Isn't it a lot? Few.
Nah, a few.
No, but then did he ever get a sum?
I don't even remember him getting night.
No, he never got that. Right? That is someone that when you hear someone playing Ulse, you cannot be sure. Okay,
Kimusio
or not.
Okay.
There is Dr. Winnie Mashaba.
Yeah.
Right?
Wapela le spirit of praise now.
Yes.
Yes.
You see, it has gone beyond borders, even literally so beyond borders of South Africa as well. We have people. We have had people that have done that, and we still have got people. We mentioned, I would say, Maureen Nhlan.
Yeah.
She's got the potential too. We've got so many artists that can go beyond that, but also it starts with us. I've said before, if Batubeta Kamogai Bakotale Sanklompe, it is very, there's slight into chances that they're gonna what is this? Respect you outside. It starts with the people who consume this music every day, for them to respect and uplift their people, for them to go outside. Because maybe even in future, the question might be, do we see people wanting to come into Mmino wa Sione? Do you get what I'm saying? It should not only be about them wanting to go outside. It should also be attractive enough for people to want to come.
Benjamin Dube with melodies of Sione.
Yes.
So, but now, I normally say this with artists who come in more studio mokering. I'm worried that artist emerges only to disappear. To me, it's a pain. And go bona mmino wa rena wa Sione ka goreng re go tsere go thieletša o sa tswelele go ya gole goba o sa attract other artists to want to collab with you. Kwa other genres o no kwa motho ba KZN ba nyoko no collaborate le Makazi, and they go head-hand Makazi. Why ba sa head-hand our artist yo moliseng yo segomotso o keng bothata keng mo through your experience?
Kenana hore those who follow me on my social media platforms, they will attest to what I'll say. Quality of music is very important. Yeah, you know, tsena ba recorder wa tswa o recorder pina you between 1910 wa yopela you don't even I would chill matsapa wa bona so how do you expect Benjamin Dube to listen to that and say yeah this is music? Obviously I cannot hear somewhere and it's one of those. So artists must start taking themselves serious and then put more work into their projects. I believe in this genre Mmino wa Sione, but we're not a studio because they have money, but they don't really put more work into their projects. And then quality of music, the standards fast. That's why we're not growing. That's how I see it.
Ditoro Mmino wa Sione podcast.
Hey, you know. Yes, we do, but honestly, and we have had these conversations with the guys, and I'm really glad they are also on the same page when we have these conversations. Honestly, Mmino Podcast, guys, it's not about us. It's not about us. You know, we will be very happy if the people and the things that we're trying to do, the benefit of those people. Because we always say, Joel, Oja Miracle,
Oh, Lenele 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Twi.
Even 9 to 5 Kenya, 6 to 6.
Exactly. No, we are not doing podcast.
Kikule want to cut you there. Kikule
Yeah.
one of your guests. Abolela orang the artist ya ditsamedi o nyaka mebereko.
But then, exactly what I want to get into.
Yeah.
If only because, as I was saying, we've got our 9 to 5. We are able to work up to here and there, right? Me, my fellow, could more palanya.
Yeah.
My fellow, right? But it will give us great pleasure to see the people that we were able to have on the show. They are able to fend for themselves through what we have done for them. Because only you must also remember what I always say. These people, there is also have contact with these people. In future, you might like Homuzo. If we didn't have good relationship with Homuzo, he was never going to recommend us to him.
Yes.
Do you get what I'm saying? Also, there's someone Homuzo, you might be somewhere. And then someone talks about Mmino was say, okay, I know Marisha, there are other people to know who they can talk to.
Absolutely.
And then we are able to have someone who can be able to work to tomorrow. You know. So now our aim, if in the history books it is mentioned or we contributed to this music that has done a lot for us, because it is an understatement to say it has done a lot for us. This music, from Kupunyaning, it was our hope. It was our hope. This music is the only music that we knew, and some of us we were praying through this music. It was my prayer as well. So it is. Music so it can only give us great pleasure if we can also give back to it. So if through this music someone else can get something, we have won.
If someone can get something out of this music,
Yes.
win.
And actually, to add on that, results are showing. But after our shows, they get interviews.
Yes.
Taking it further, it's entirely up to them. But
Yes.
we must step it feel. After our interviews, they get recognition. So for Rena, we
They get deals to record.
Yes.
They get opportunities to record. How about you come record?
Yeah.
Because you cannot also blame those people that were not recognizing them. Where could they have seen them?
Yes.
Before.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's true. Tate Madisha, what's about Botata ba radio? This podcast. Good radio.
Yeah.
It's time regulation.
It's on podcasting. It's on podcasting.
Yeah.
Forget the guy better 5 hours. Come
I can't believe it.
And time flies, man.
Time flies. So, manchua outswalla the upcoming artist or to the artist Mmino wa Sione, and le bana ba ile gore re dutse ka di talent re ka dira di podcasting re ga ona ntwe re ka dirang tlhotlhogetso e ka ba efeng
re go slogan sa tatlo ke prayer, right?
Plus hard work plus God's
grace. All of this have to go together.
Okay.
Right. Let us take it into the talent, having talent. Okay. You can be a great podcaster, but without hard work, someone like me who is not a great podcaster and works harder than you might even look like he's more talented than you, whereas you've got the talent but you're not putting in the hard work for it. Same as being an artist. Being a good singer alone does not do anything. You have to be a good singer, work hard, understand that not everything will turn out the way you think it will. You might be a great singer. Your first album might be pop, even though you are a great singer. But then, as long as you believe in yourself, knowing I can do this, try the second time, try the fourth, third time. But only if you've got talent.
Yeah. Yes. please.
Mantswe a gago ntate.
Nna jwale ka moruti ka ba phoso re ke no tswalla ke sa re lengwalo nyana.
Re mmetsa moruti Makarenge be.
Yes.
Ke moruti Makarenge.
Yes.
Okay, but moruti Makarenge then nna le wena.
Yes.
Ke tla dira ntho unusual.
Yes.
Okay.
In the first link of the next hour.
Yes.
Ke tla tsena le ntate moruti.
Amen.
Ba laela botse.
Amen.
Amen. Yes. How na molata.
Yes.
Mpotse mo ntate Madisha. 10,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
How far are we from that?
We are, I think, on 8.88 now. Right, I think it's either we're left with 1,120. I'm not trying to show off my math skills, but I'm just saying. So yes, we are almost there on 10.
Yeah.
Yes, but we will get there in that, because I was just looking at last year where we were now on this day. Funny enough, on this day we hit 1,000 last year. On this very day, on the 6th last year we hit 1,000. And when we started, because we started the podcast, we recorded on the 1st of September. When we started recording, it was the 1st of September. For us, it's a new year for us.
Yes.
The 1st of September, New Year. That is when we started recording. And on the 6th of November, which is a month and 5 days after 2 months and 5 days, we hit 1,000. If you asked us when we started, will we be there? I wouldn't have thought. So for now, we want to put pressure on ourselves. Who knows? Maybe tomorrow it's 100,000.
Yeah.
But then we will take it step at a time. We will get there when we have to, when we need to, when God allows.
Muthelech, ka go rialo ke nana gore pledishano ya ka le banna ba. Ntate Madisha Joseph, le ntate Moses Kubai. Ke tlo fella mo. Ke tlo bua le ntate Kubai in the next link mo ile gore ke tla be ke kwa nne go ye ya boruti. Gore this priesthood office e mo swere jwang. Jacqueline Carr, are you are big. Theletša bana ke gopela le theletše mpina.
Yes.
All right. We've got spirituality, we've got emotions.
Academically.
Exactly. So you must balance all these things. O ska no ba prayer we ria fela wena o sa nya go bereka. O tlo bola ke tla.
Batho ba ba kopana ka le lena. Ke nyoko le latela le nna.
Nna ke no ba ona mo social media, ke moruti wa social media. Le ha ke kopane le batho re di jure no bolela, a ke na kereke, a ke na selo.
Okay, moruti wa social media handles.
Eno ba Moses Makarenge Kubai.
Moses Makarenge
Kubai. Yeah. Mara ke late look at the faint-hearted because ke bolla nnete fela. I don't sugarcoat anything. I tell it as it is. So ba bantši ba tlong unfollow.
Let me make a commitment.
Yes.
My commitment is that I'm going to follow you.
Please.
And then I'm going to join. I think I'm going to become the first to join.
Okay.
Mmino Podcast.
Please.
Mmino Sione
Podcast. Yes.
I follow already
Yes.
the podcast, but now I haven't joined. I'm part of the population.
Okay. It's free, man. Please join.
I will join.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sila ya